Now, Associate Professor at the University of Ghana School of Law, Professor Prof.Gyan, has taken a swipe at Parliament Appointment Committee, accusing it of treating ministerial vetting as a mere formality. His comment followed the vetting of nominees for finance, energy and attorney general's portfolios. Now, speaking on Newsfile, Professor Gyan described the committee's approach as a lax, warning it poses serious threat to the nation's governance.
The whole process, what is the purpose? And what is the outcome that we are expecting? So we take the people through this process. What are we expecting? I would have thought that we are looking for the technical competence and capability of the nominee.
Precisely.
We are looking at the nominee's credibility, integrity, and consistency.
Correct.
We are looking at the overall suitability of the nominee for the role that he has been nominated to come and perform. I hold this view. I may be wrong, but that's my view. And this is in some way supporting what my learned brother said. You want to appoint 60 people and give 60 people virtually control over the management of the affairs of state. And we are 35 million of us. These 60 people are going to determine our destiny.
Precisely.
And I tell you, and that of children yet unborn in this country. So these destiny controllers, the collective competencies and capabilities of these 60 people will determine where we will go. And I'm saying the collective competencies and capabilities. So if the 60 people, those of us who are sitting back, our assessment is that their collective competencies and capabilities cannot run a country, we are dead. The markets, your constituents. So you put somebody for finance. The questions that are coming out are not able to bring out the best in this person. So the markets are not seeing the capacity, the competences. So what will the speculators think? That is this person capable of managing the city?
What a show.
Now, Programs Manager at Center for Democratic Development, CDD Ghana, Vera Abna-Ado, believes Parliament must amend its standing orders to allow nominees to be vetted by the various select committees.
For the US system, maybe we have to also look at the hybrid version of us. Is it efficient? We have been doing this for some time now. So I think it's important for us to have a second look at the way our vetting is conducted. We have to be more efficient. For me, even with the questions, I think that allowing one question, maybe we can look at time allocated to one nominee and how much time a member is expected to spend with the nominee, for instance. So not just the question, because you realize that some people will not even ask any question, especially from the ruling, from the majority, yes. And then others will ask more questions, and then we keep spending so much time with one nominee. I don't think it has been very efficient. So maybe that by sectorial vetting will be helpful, the committees, so that we can have experts who are knowledgeable in the area. Parliament has different kind of people in Parliament with different expertise. Based on that, they are actually put on the committees, either one select or standing committee. And so maybe we can look at that approach as well. A para vetting also, so that we don't have the same committee sitting for hours. We have new nominations coming up. How are we able to get this done? So if we can have even a para vetting going on concurrently, where we have people with different expertise having to interview. Otherwise, if you look at even the type of questions, again, that's another concern of mine, is that the type of question, it was more like something to trap the nominee kind of. When we do that, when there's so much of that, in fact, it's good for public accountability and political accountability of candidates and political officers. But when we do too much of that, we don't get to hear solutions from the nominees. We don't get to hear how the House.
Well, a good number of those who were doing the questioning, lawyers, and they saw themselves doing the job that they do in court, cross-examination. What's bad about it? Trap them. If they commit themselves, if they lie. That's a way to detect people who are lying, people who are not trustworthy and won't tell the truth.
Something, and again, Parliament has also become a bit more legalistic. It's as if you are in court, you are before a judge. It's really not helping.
Now, former member of Parliament for Ibuakwa South constituency, Atachia, preferred a solution to the seeming tension between the chairman of the committee, Bernard Ahiafo, and ranking member Alexander Afenyomakin.
I mean, I've sat there. I mean, Honorable Doa Jao was there. Even there, that was a young, member of Parliament, and you could really go the full hog. And you clash with people who they believe they are very powerful. They permitted that the discourse should go on. And if the man is strong in himself, you don't interject as a chairman. The one that is being questioned has a good sense of why he's seated. So I am very much concerned that the chairman of the committee, in most respects, was very high-handed, as if he's been programmed to resist questions coming from the opposition. And that is not how you do the business. The business is that you, as a chairman, you moderate. You give respect to also the ranking, who is a leader of the opposition and what he is trying to do. I never saw, that, what Honorable Afenyomakin was trying to achieve or do was a kind of, is so malafidis. The malafidis is so clear that, he wants to embarrass the nominees. The questions were not scandalous. You see, a chairman will checkmate a question when you can see a raw, scandalous, questioning. You're trying to embarrass the nominee. But when somebody is asking a question, you might think it's pedestrian. Leave him. The man who has the brain power and has the blessing of President Mahama to go and occupy a very significant office, like the office of the Attorney General. Don't you think he has sufficient common sense to sort of deflate what Honorable Afenyomakin is trying to put across?
Now, away from Parliament, President of the Ghana Medical Association, Dr. Frank Serebo, has called on the government to prioritize integrating stringent AI-driven healthcare policies into the country's mainstream healthcare delivery. He emphasized that artificial intelligence holds the potential to revolutionize healthcare by improving accuracy in diagnosis, enabling early disease detection, and significantly improving accessibility. Dr. Serebo made the call during the inaugural Health Community for West Africa, ECOWAS AI Healthcare Summit and conference held here in Accra. There's more in the following report.
Held under the theme Promoting Regional Integration of AI in Healthcare to Enhance Service Delivery, the maiden conference by the Health Community of West Africa, ECOWAS, brought together healthcare professionals from across the sub-region. Participants explored AI's transformative potential in healthcare through impactful presentations. ECOWAS President and CEO of Essence Laboratories, Prof.Gyan, emphasized AI's critical role in bridging gaps within the sector.
现在的 AI 已经到了准确率达到 99.9% 了，已经测试过了。
So she said that the AI is like 99.9% effective. So then if we have AI, then there will be no delayed reports. We can treat customers quicker or patients quicker. That would also save lives. In Ghana, the ratio of doctors to patients is really low. Like we have one doctor taking care of a lot of patients. Yeah, so that is why they are incorporating AI into the system. so that report or treatment will not be delayed.
Vice President of the Private Health Facilities Association of Ghana, Samuel Donkobwachi, welcomed AI systems, emphasizing their commitment to leading efforts to enhance healthcare efficiency.
Really, we are happy that this is coming up. It will help us, clock our patients and look at them well. Some cases that we have to travel to India or other countries. I think with the AI system, we can look at it. We can look at it here. When we get it as early as possible, we can also see how we can solve the issues before we move to India or whatever. We just want to try that patients will not be moving from Ghana to other countries.
President of the Ghana Medical Association, Dr. Frank Srebo, has called on the government to prioritize integrating AI healthcare policies into the country's mainstream healthcare system. He emphasized that such policies would enhance efficiency, strengthen security, and transform healthcare delivery.
I think that is something that we need to do, whether we like it or not. Now it's coming, and it's come to stay with us. And so I think the mandate of HIFRA, for example, should be expanded to include making sure that at least they not only take care of physical infrastructure, but even the AI infrastructure is also under their jurisdiction, and ensuring that the right apps are being used and who is using those apps. And the various regulatory bodies should also be mandated to ensure that the people who are on the apps are actually people who are licensed to practice medicine in the various fields. I mean, if there is a policy and we know who is where at any particular moment in time, if you even hook onto a system, we can track you. We can know that it's Dr. Sribo who logged on at 12 a.m., exited at this time, and so forth. It becomes easy. Saw a Kuyadonko or saw Mamiya at this time, and so forth, and so forth. It becomes so easy. And then we need to protect the space because, people's health information is actually something is confidential. Otherwise, we'll begin to breach confidentiality and it will become very difficult. Data protection here is very, very important. So there should be a clear policy, and the policy should be strict and should be something that we can rely on, so that I know that if I even go onto these platforms, telemedicine platforms, or I use AI technology for any of my healthcare, my health information is actually secured.
The Chinese embassy has pledged full commitment to leading AI technology transfer in West Africa through stakeholders like Essence Laboratories in Ghana, benefiting the health community of West Africa. For JoyNews, Carlos Caloni, Accra.
Now, away from health, commuters on the Malam-La Paz stretch are asking authorities to fix loose asphalt on the expansion joint on the Malam interchange. The drivers say these seeming potholes have exposed a metallic joint, creating a lot of, forcing them to slam their cars into potholes. There's more in the following report.
A driver slams his brakes just in time to avoid what looks like a pothole on the freshly asphalted Malam overpass. It's not a pothole, it's an exposed expansion joint. The constant flexing of the joint has eroded the asphalt, leaving the metallic surface bare and worn. Now, a hazard disguised as a pothole, it forces drivers to sacrifice speed to save their vehicles. For Kofi Same, driving a massive 6x2 tractor head with a 4-axle semi-trailer, it's more than just an inconvenience. It's bad news. I was heading from Tama to Takrade. We took our time to navigate all the potholes. But after descending the overpass, I realized my shaft was broken. The container owner keeps calling, but we have to fix it first. We have already spent over 1,200 cedis on the shaft, excluding workmanship.
1,500 and I workmanship.
Sami isn't alone. Drivers using that stretch of the highway are frustrated, as the situation often leaves them with costly repairs at the fitting shop. My spring could break and my tire could puncture. It's not good. Part of my vehicle losing after using the interchange, and even after fixing, it happens again. The exposed expansion joints is just one of the problems drivers have to deal with on this particular overpass. These metals that seem to have come loose are just one of those, and the fear for some of them is that by a risky choice, you may just puncture your tire and be left stranded on this bridge that has no other exits but to head towards the Makati Hill area. Some passengers are equally concerned. They are quick to arrest us for breaking the law. You can feel it in your waist. They need to fix it. It is even more scary when you are standing on this bridge and heavy vehicles like these pass by. You can literally feel the vibration. The potholes extend well beyond the interchange. My bearing is damaged. Each cost 200 cedis. And I had to replace all of them. The drivers want it all to be fixed. 17, 18, and 19. That's how many of these expansion joints that are now very much exposed, and drivers have to slump in every single one of them. For these drivers, it's an urgent call to government to come to their aid and fix these as soon as possible before the worst happens. For Joy News, Michael Ashale.
So watch the JoyNews Prime with me, Carlos Caloni. We'll take a short break. We'll return with more. Please stay. Come back. In business, 14 lucky winners have walked away with exciting prizes, including tricycle, motorcycle, fridges, and smart TV during the third draw of Petrosol's ongoing Energizing Dreams promo at Atabaze near Elmina in the central region. The Energizing Dreams promo is part of Petrosol's efforts to address gratitude and loyal customers for their support over the past decade. There's more in the following report.
At Atabazi near Elmina in the central region, the third draw of the Energizing Dream promo brought joy to 14 lucky winners who walked away with exciting prizes, including a tricycle, motorcycle, fridge, smart TV, mobile phone, and fuel coupons. The promo, according to Kelvin Odonyako, retail sales manager of the company, is part of Petrosol's effort to express gratitude and reward loyal customers for their support over the past decade.
So the purpose for this promo is to thank our customers for working with us for the past 10 years and believing in our quality products that we offer them. So having been successful after 10 years, we saw it needful for us to reward customers for partnering us for the past 10 years. And so we are giving out at least 2 of our customers must get cars. So we are giving out 2 espresso cars. We are adding fridges, motorbikes, tricycles, mobile phones, microwaves, and other additional ones, fans, power banks, and the rest, so that they will be rewarded for having held us and believed in our brand for the past 10 years.
Mark Edubuatin, lubricant marketing and communication manager, emphasized the company's commitment to empowering its customers and making a positive impact in the communities it serves.
To get into the promo, the tier 1, as I've already said, connects you through just buying at our station. Tier 2, you have to meet a quota given you per month. And for tier 3, you have to buy 5 times whatever you have to buy every month. And once you do that, you qualify for both tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3, and you'll be part of the promo. So the truth is that if someone decides to do things like this, sometimes you might think it's just a question of rewards. It's not. It's a question of the value we give first. And for Petrosol, it's a question of what kind of fuel you are buying. And we always say it's clean fuel. And we also don't just give you the fuel. We're also giving you in full quantity. Full quantity is our term of saying whatever it is you are paying, that's exactly what you are getting. And then on the side of it, we are now saying that if you are buying to get this value from us, in any month within this promo period, then you also stand the chance of winning any of the items of either tier 1, tier 2, or tier 3.
One of the winners, Bright Ofori, who took home a smart TV, made history as the first ever winner from the specific filling station where he entered the Energizing Dream promotion. He spoke to Joy News.
First time, like now, feels like some as I'm not ready. Teaching minimum baby. I'm a friend. Yes, I'm a friend. I'm not a friend. Say, me really team to me. It's me that. I'm by. It's not me. I Japan. It's not me. But me almost started station. I hear I'm ready. You told me for 5 million, 6 million. Me talk about car, papa. To the baby, I had me ready. Me told me for. I'm friends with papa. Who can't my ready? I check. Pa. It's not me. Like among chicken and so moon with the air coso. And the Bible next time some promotion on Mary. I'm a barber to fuel. Oh, tell Menja have fuel to because I'm a metal. And see, if you are Minya TV, if you are a bit of and say, meet me saying in a car. It's because I'm no man.
Back here in Accra, we examine the life of traders at Katamanto who lost millions to the recent inferno and how they are trying to build back. It's more than 2 weeks since fire destroyed several shops at the largest clothing market here in the country. A visit to the market indicates an aggressive move by the traders to rebuild the market, as some continue to count their losses, which is in millions of cedis. My colleague Eben Sabote has more in the following report.
The aftermath of the inferno at the Kantamanto market has left many traders devastated, especially those in the used clothing business. Days after the incident, efforts are underway to clear debris, allowing traders to begin the long process of rebuilding. The used clothes dealers are among the hardest hit, with many losing significant capital, much of it borrowed. Chairman of the Used Clothes Association of Ghana, Boachi Abrako, emphasized that the losses were substantial, particularly for those who took loans to fund their businesses.
It's bank loan. And just imagine, if you have gone in for a bank loan and maybe the bank is chasing you up and down, what are you going to do? You have to plead with them so that they will have mercy upon us, so that if the market starts again, we will come and pay their money for them. To be honest, so many people, they have suffered. I don't know how to describe this because we haven't seen this kind of situation before. I've been here for about 35 years, and we haven't seen such situation. This is very serious, and one person also died in this fire.
President of the Ghana Union of Traders Association, Dr. Joseph Obin, would not mince words. He described the situation as a force majeure and strongly advocated for debt forgiveness for affected traders.
What is very important to us most is that this situation is not the cause of anybody. It's a situation that we can describe as a force majeure. And so the banks who actually, those who are doing business with our people, should be able and sympathetically remove or forgive any debt that is owed them, or they can make specialized long-term repayment plan.
The Kantamanto Market Rebuilding Committee has identified that about 21 packets of roofing sheets are needed to restore the market to its former state.
Well, that's all we have time for here on JoyNews Prime. Kindly log on to myjoyonline.com for more stories. My name is Carlos Caloni. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great evening.